Hello mappers! Are you tired of those boring basic fade-in, fade-out transitions? Do you want to spice up things and make your map stand out more? I've got you covered, and it's easier than you think. Today I'm going to show you 3 simple transitions using 2D triangles. We will start simple by adding a 2D triangle in the Mediatracker. Next, select Create and place 3 nodes on your screen. Then switch to Edit, so you can select and modify the nodes. For this transition, we will place the nodes in the corner of the screen. The corner coordinates are 1, 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, and minus 1, 1. Assign each node to a different corner. While doing this, you can also change the color of each node. Next, copy the keyframe using Ctrl+C and paste it into the end keyframe using Ctrl+V. Now add 2 more keyframes in the middle of your 2D triangle block. Select the first keyframe and move the 2 diagonal nodes to the third corner. In my example, you can simply set their coordinates to 1, 1. Then copy this keyframe and paste it into the last keyframe. And that's the first half done. For the second triangle, you basically do the same thing, but on the bottom part. You can now save it as a clip so you don't have to recreate it every time. To make it more interesting, you can fade in your logo, name or map title while the screen is covered by the transition. Transition 2. For this transition, we need a simple square-shaped SVG file. How do we get one? Download one online, create your own using softwares like Inkscape, or do it the inefficient way, like me. Create a square PNG in GIMP, convert it to SVG using a free online tool. Now, open the Mediatracker and add a 2D triangle. This time import your SVG file. It will now have 4 nodes instead of 3. Adjust the nodes so the shape fills the screen and set the black bar to the height of 0.2 units. Then shorten the block to 1 second and add a keyframe in the middle. Select the first keyframe and change the nodes of the right side to the coordinates of your left nodes. For your last keyframe, select the left nodes and change their coordinates to the ones from your right nodes. To create the second bar, simply copy and paste the first one. Make sure to rename your block so you don't lose track. Now go to the middle keyframe and move the top nodes down by 0.4 so they become the bottom nodes. Then copy this keyframe and paste it into the start and end keyframes. Adjust the remaining nodes to the same way you did in the first block. Repeat this process for all bars until the entire screen is filled. Now you can adjust the timing of each block, offset them so bars move at different speeds, or change the colors, for example make some bars red. Once finished, save everything as a clip for future use. We can use the same method in different ways, like I did for example on my most recent Pokemon map to simulate a Pokemon encounter. Transition 3. For this transition, we will also use SVG images. Important, stretch your original image to a 16:9 ratio to counteract Trackmania stretching. This is how it looks imported to Trackmania without stretch, and this is how it looks stretched. Start by adding a 2D triangle and click Import SVG. Then select your file, position it where you want, and set your desired color. Copy and paste this position into the end keyframe. Now, in the start keyframe, move everything to the top, and in the end keyframe, move everything to the bottom. You can now duplicate the block and place copies after it to repeat the animation as many times as needed. Just make sure you don't let the last block be active. Repeat this until the screen is fully covered with your images. Finally, add a simple fade-out transition and let it fade out on the position of your last image. With these 3 simple techniques, you can create so much more dynamic and unique transition for your maps. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends or write a nice comment.